build engagement,
Okay.
and remain authentic.
So, building engagement sometimes is really defining who your target audience is. I'm a middle class woman, I would say, really talking about my age, okay? But number one, you want to find out who's your target audience. Like, who really watches you? You know, what age are the women? Is it the millennials? Is it Generation Z? And we say that, but really the age group that we are talking about. You know, we just use fancier words nowadays. So find your target audience, and then you have to think, what kind of message do you want to send?
Yes.
What is so my message is to empower, inspire, and motivate. I want to empower people all over the world. I want to motivate them and inspire them. However, I want people to understand that even as entrepreneurs, mompreneurs, and business women, we still have to have fun.
I want you to share an experience where you failed and what you did in order to pick yourself up.
And that comes with self-motivation is key. I always say intrinsic motivation. And one of the things that I have always taught, because I have such a huge team in one of the industries that I'm in, and I have to do a lot of that. Self-motivation is something that comes from within, but a lot of times people don't have that. You don't know what their upbringing was, what their surroundings are currently. And so for me, it's just simply talking to people, getting to know them, and then I share my experiences with them. I was like, listen, I've been doing this for many years and I've failed, but I've also failed forward. And with that, I'm going to use this industry. Listen, people come and go in this industry that I'm in, which is network marketing, right? Huge industry, right? Some people want it, some people don't. But what I do not do is walk around and wear my feelings on my sleeves, on my shoulders. You have to be able to brush it off and say, some will, some won't. So what? So I call it the SW, the SW, the SW rule. If you can adapt that and learn to push forward through that, you will be okay. It's not easy because naturally we're human beings and every little thing hurts our heart. But with time comes experiences, and with that I've learned to, you know what, I had people walk away simply because they didn't think I was a good enough leader.
So let me ask you this.
Sure.
I never see an Asian woman on those commercials. Why is that? I wonder why that is.
You know, that's probably, when you look at the statistics, it does make you go, wonder why that is. Because if they're the next highest risk group, then you would think that there would be a lot of emphasis on them. But as you look at commercials and infomercials, you're right. It's a lot of African Americans, people of color that are actually being shown that are prevalent with HIV.
I am going to put you on the spot. What was the last book you read?
Michael Todd, Relationship Goals. That was the last book that I actually read. And it kind of just talks about where, you know, key parts of being in a relationship and just making sure you keep your spouse where they need to be. Because being a businesswoman and being in a leadership role, sometimes being married as a female, your husband can feel like he's on the downside of that. So I just wanted to make sure I'm kind of keeping my relationship where I need to be, because everything might look all good on the outside, but you know, nobody's behind closed doors with me.
So let me ask you this. When you say tenured, what is your definition of tenured?
Well, right now, so I'm a 14-year agent. My longest tenured team member, well, I had one that was 7 years and she passed away this summer. God bless her. Yeah.
So hard to hear that.
Yeah. But the next 10-year team member is like 6 years.
Really?
Then I have a 5-year, and then I have a couple like 3 and 2 year. But when I started that rebuild of my agency back in like 17, 18, I mean, most of my employees have been there less than 2 years, less than a year.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so you got to look at it relative. If you're a 2 or 3 year agent, you're not going to have team members. You may get lucky and have one there that whole time, but probably not. But you know, at that point, I was a 7-year team member with 1 or 2 year employees.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that's bad. That's bad. If you don't see that as a reason to reflect on yourself, then you got a problem. You got a self-awareness problem anyway.
Yeah. Can you talk a little bit about your challenges regarding becoming a real estate agent and how you were able to overcome those challenges?
Completing school, honestly, is one of the biggest challenges. I believe that's probably the most difficult test to take. So I would say make sure your headspace, you're in a good space when you're getting into it, because it's a lot. It's a lot. Retain everything that you can from school. Just know what you learn in school is not really what you're gonna apply. You're not gonna apply everything out into the field. And you have to be a people's person.
What 5 essential items would you recommend that men and women have in their wardrobe at all times?
Okay, let's see. Well, no, that's not hard at all. That's simple. Okay, definitely a denim jacket
Okay.
or a denim shirt for men and women.
Okay.
Like, that's just a white Oxford shirt for men and women.
Okay.
I believe everyone should have that. For a woman, a black pump. For a man, a black shoe.
Got it.
A favorite pair of jeans, men and women. Everybody should have those go-to jeans that they just love. And for a man, definitely a suit. And for a woman, probably that sexy little black dress.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Is there anything that you would like to share with the audience? Any comments, any inspiration, anything that you would like to share with the audience?
I'd like to share that this is the best time to be a homeowner. This is the best time to, invest in yourself and in your family. Homeownership, it is a lot of people look at it like, oh, well, I don't want that headache, or if I'm renting, it's not my problem if something goes wrong. It's the landlord's problem. Someone else has to fix it. And that is true. You pay for that service with your rent. But being a homeowner, there's not any homeowner that's ever looked at their portfolio and go, oh man, I wish I never would have invested in that house.
Yeah.
And is it a challenge? Yes. Is it a lot of documents? Is it a lot of, stress at times? Yes. But what great thing doesn't come with a little bit of
Right.
uncomfortableness?
Right.
But look how much it can bring to you,